nonsense, this is nonfiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain, you were entertaining.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Nonpfixion coming back at you one more time with a brand new reaction, and this is about some possible rumors of some possible castings for Marvel. Now, Everything Always, I Am Fires, has some information about possible casting for Adam Warlock for the new Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as, I'm assuming, a possible series for Shang-CHI on the Disney Plus app, which I would be down for because I love the movie. The movie was freaking amazing. So, we're going to get right to it, and let's see what they got. All right, y'all. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, it was just about a week ago here at the channel, we re-reported on an Industry Insider Trades exclusive that Guardians of the Galaxy 3's casting had officially begun, and they had learned on that short list of characters was officially Adam Warlock, a highly anticipated character from all hardcore Marvel fans that was introduced, but only briefly and inside a cocoon at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Well, today we have a follow-up report coming from that same Industry Insider Trade, and if correct, apparently Marvel Studios' James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 have found their Adam Warlock. We're going to break down exactly who they're talking about, where you may know him from. We're also going to weigh in on a couple of brand new rumors for Disney Plus projects stemming from other Phase 4 projects earlier this year. We're breaking it all down, especially Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But first, if you could maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content.
We'll put a link in the description.
Channel, and that's all we do. Everything from the anonymous 4chan plot leaks and Industry Insider Trade reports, like we're covering today, all the way to the official Easter egg breakdowns, recaps, and interviews. So if that sort of thing is for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you for the giveaways, which there are many, and we'll get into all that giveaway stuff again at the end of the video. Now, normally when it comes to these Hollywood and Industry Insider Trades, I hold them with just a little bit more reverence than the anonymous 4chan plot leak, but they're in no way official, so I tell you guys that. Take them with a grain of salt, treat them as rumors as they are. And in fact, today's trade, the Cosmic Circus, the same trade that broke the story they were casting for Adam Warlock a week or two ago, released this story under the headline, rumor Will Poulter may be cast as Adam Warlock. They go on to report that a Twitter account by the handle of @Collectaholic_.
I actually like him. I like
this
him.
Information,
and he's young too.
Were saying weeks ago about a possible casting underway. And while they reiterate that this does fall squarely within the rumor category, there's supporting evidence and go on to report that supporting this rumor is the fact that Poulter signed onto Amazon's lucrative $1 billion Lord of the Rings TV series in September 2019, but then dropped out that December for quote-unquote scheduling conflict. One does not simply walk away from an opportunity like that, especially so soon after joining. The point they're making, there are only so many projects on the face of the earth that would make you walk away from a $1 billion Amazon Lord of the Rings reboot. And of course, people have personal matters all the time, but it was listed as a scheduling conflict, which implied it was a different project. And if that is true, then there are really only a couple of them in hand that would support that, one of them being Guardians of the Galaxy 3 being introduced as a legacy character like Adam Warlock for the future of the MCU. He won't be a one-off. He will have a huge role to play going forward, whether or not it's in the Guardians of the Galaxy new reformation of the team.
Because honestly, if he comes in, he's gonna be, he's gonna be their opposition for a little while until things get turned around and he figures out that they're the good guys. But also, this character is going to be in several movies. Has to be. He's not gonna come in. It's not gonna be a one-off character. So it makes sense that he leaves a $1 billion situation for a character that's probably gonna make him a few million easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, him and his family, future generational wealth, I'd probably do it too.
Whatever this saga ends up culminating as, Adam Warlock will be there. And that sort of promise of longevity for that character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the sort of thing that would make you walk away from a $1 billion TV series in The Lord of the Rings. Now, I want to point out that this article goes on to say something that I always mention about James Gunn, outside of him being one of my favorite directors, and obviously being biased, that he's one of the only directors, or really top brass over at Marvel Studios, that will weigh in and readily debunk a rumor, especially about Guardians of the Galaxy, on social media. And even though this tweet has been shared with him, he hasn't weighed in on it yet, but you can't count his silence as being complicit in acknowledging that this is true. He's a super busy guy. We're lucky if he ever weighs in the first place. So we'll just have to wait and see if there's any truth to this, or if this is just coincidental and synchronicitous casting during the time when he had to leave another huge project. Now, speaking of rumors and industry insider reports, but this time coming from a much more reputable source in the direct one we've been re-reporting on for the better part of 2 years. They've been in the scene for a while now. They have a tremendous track record.
Maybe I should do a tier list.
Two separate upcoming Disney Plus series that are in development based on projects we've already seen this year. The first based on Shang-Chi, under the headline, quote, Marvel rumor reveals details for Shang-Chi Disney Plus spin-off show. Now, they're actually re-reporting this from another industry insider, Daniel Rickman, someone we cover often at the channel, who also has a great track record. He shared via his Patreon that they were going to have a spin-off show from Shang-Chi featuring the Ten Rings organization, focused on Menger Zhang's character, Xialing, and I apologize if I pronounce her name right. I've been working on the pronunciations from all the characters in the Shang-Chi movie, as we're going to be seeing them again in the future of the MCU.
Yeah,
but this Disney Plus show is set to center around her, and after they've introduced the Ten Rings in the way they have in Shang-Chi, go ahead and develop that organization and Shang-Chi's sister as a possible villain for the second film. Now, alongside that, the report of a different Disney Plus series stemming from another project earlier in Phase 4, the first one, in fact, WandaVision, to be released, and this coming on the heels of the news that Agatha Harkness was indeed getting her own spin-off Disney Plus series that, according to Daniel RPK's Twitter account, Marvel Studios is, quote, developing a new show centered around Teyonah Parris' Monica Rambeau after her appearance in WandaVision. No other details are known about this project at the time. Now, funny they should say that as the last sentence, because in fact we actually know quite a bit about this show and have a feeling that this is the rumored Agents of S.W.O.R.D. TV series we've been talking about for quite a while here on the channel. Now, we broke Secret Invasion as sort of a separate series, but said that it could be rolled into the one we're reporting on about Nick Fury possibly being involved, or an Agents of S.W.O.R.D. series, but that has been a
I know a lot of people didn't like this movie,
and the whole time.
but
now you see the future for this character after WandaVision, not only showing up in a feature film like The Marvels, but also have a chance to explore this character on Disney Plus and build out an agency like S.W.O.R.D., which should be introducing a ton of new characters for teams like the Young Avengers and even the X-Men. A character like Beast, Hank McCoy, was an agent at S.W.O.R.D. as well. There are a lot of possibilities for Disney Plus, and I'm just going to go ahead and be an honest fan here for a minute. When I hear about upcoming Disney Plus shows, and I'm told that it's either going to be Agatha Harkness, an upcoming Ten Rings, or even say something like a Photon or Spectrum show, whatever name she's going to be going on when we see her in full superhero mode, it does not make me as excited as, say, a Wolverine anthology series or the Rogue show that was rumored here recently. We really want the X-Men, and I really want some of the classic characters and names to show up in the MCU. I also know that this pre-development is for years down the line. We're already booking into 2023 and 2024, so you talk about this stuff now, and how further out does that push characters like Wolverine and the X-Men to be introduced into these shows? Hopefully sooner than later. It's awesome that we're getting a chance to explore some of the further reaches of the MCU, see characters we never thought we would with their own stories, like for instance Monica Rambeau getting her own show. That's something you would have maybe never thought of. However, I'm really hoping they sort of weave some of these classic characters in there too, and they do them justice. Some of this later Marvel stuff is awesome, but it's coming decades after all of the classic stories and characters that a lot of us remember. Hopefully those reports will be following, and very soon. But guys, remain optimistic. The Fantastic Four is right around the corner. They want to spend some time with that. Close. Avengers 5, Kang, then we'll get Mutants, then we'll get Wolverine, then we'll get the X-Men. 2027. I'll see you guys there. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly let's jump into the giveaway stuff. Still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 900,000 subscribers, which we should.
Okay, so if you want to know more about the PS5 stuff, please go to his channel. He actually really does give away PS5s. I know he is supposed to be giving away one very shortly. He thought he might have hit the numbers at the end of whatever series, but he didn't get to where they wanted to. So they're going to give away at 900,000, which they're close, very close to hitting that number. And then also he gave away a graded comic that was signed by, I want to say, Black Widow and Black Panther. I want to say, the real people, signed by them too. And I think he gave that away a couple weeks back, or he may still have it. But I know that was supposed to be one of the giveaways. But the information. First of all, this is a possible casting. I think I'm okay with it. I like him as an actor. Okay, hold on. Sorry. The things I've seen him in, even like I know he's done a lot of funny stuff, but I think he can be a really good serious actor. There's a handful of things, of course, we have. It is his movie discography that we've seen, and I think this will be a good move. And the fact that he pulled out of that $1 billion project for Amazon Prime, like, I don't think anyone would knowingly pull out of something like that unless it was for a character from DC or Marvel. So, because any character DC Marvel, they're iconic. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, if you get a role with either one of those, or you get an offered role, it makes you change the way you look at how you bring and do movies, or at least I would, because it would be something that I would definitely want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I had a big payday possibly, which may take some years because it's going to be an anthology style, where it's going to be videos after videos after movies after TV shows after all this stuff. So the ability, though, to be able to play a single character, that could be something that I'm interested in, because no one knows if he's a comic book person or geek, nerd, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? No one knows. Now, my question is that what happened? It sounds cool. It sounds something that's exciting, and even though it's all rumor mill, nothing is confirmed. It sounds interesting, and because it sounds interesting, I'm with it. I want to see it happen, because the one thing I dislike the most about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was that we didn't get him in that movie. And I was so distraught at the end of that movie, because I really wanted him to at least make an appearance, show his face, because I knew we weren't getting Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for a very long time. Like, I knew we weren't getting it for a very long time, so I'm like, at least give us a hint. Because they kept hinting at so many people possibly being the character, and it's always rumored, certain people that we always know about, it's always certain people. But the fact that we're going to get a fresh face, and it's fresh to the point where he's not a mega superstar right now. So he's still developing who he is as a person, as a young man, and as a actor. So because of that, we getting a fresh face. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we need for characters. I know that some characters have to be semi-established just because they have to carry, they're pillar characters, so they have to carry a lot of the weight. But somebody who's never been on the screen before, which I don't believe they have, I don't even think maybe in cartoon form at one point or another, but in live action, I don't think that we've ever had one, even in the 70s or 80s or whatever you want to call it. So if that's the case, I'm 100% with it, and I'm looking forward to it. So, and then the possibility of having Monica Rambeau. We know Agatha is getting a series. We know that already. But Monica to have her own series, but it made sense that it might be the series about Sword. That makes sense. So, also, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I forget the young lady's name who plays Quake, but I honestly think she's going to be in the Agents of Sword, the Sword series, because the end of the series, she was on a ship. They were leaving Earth. The Earth was like destroyed and depleted, and they were just flying, trying to find something. And then all of a sudden, right after that, we get Spider-Man. And at the end of Spider-Man, what do we get? We get the space station in outer space. Right after, I'm like, I know timeline wise these are not supposed to match up because they're the Agents of Shield haven't been part of the MCU technically since Thor: The Dark World. So seasons I want to say 3, 4, 5, and 6 are separate, but I want to say season 6 dealt with time travel. So because it dealt with time travel, and Endgame dealt with time travel, and Loki dealt with multiverse, there's a possibility. It's a far possibility, but there's a possibility. So I'll keep my fingers crossed because I remember I read something too that said it's rumored that she was supposed to be signing a contract too with Marvel to reprise her character. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed everything. Always, please subscribe to the channel. Check him out. He has a lot of information. Dope person. His Marvel room is off the chain. Trust me. He has a full Iron Man suit that he can wear. It's off the chain. Appreciate you. I love you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Man, if you made it to this point, you know what to do. Drop that yellow heart in the comment section. Show some love to the channel. Show some love to your fellow man. I appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there is no me. Thank you so much for being a part of this family, man. Just thank you. Just thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion. And also remember, spread love, not hate. I appreciate you guys. Peace, love. We out. So many buttons here. I have so many tabs.